Welcome back.
Nah.
The final quarter here at the Western Oval, the grand final, the under-18s, Corio versus North Shore. Corio undefeated.
Corio versus who, sorry?
Geelong Eminence. Did I say North Shore?
You said North Shore.
Corio versus Geelong Eminence. I was just thinking north of the Cowies. That creek just runs through forwards. The umpire holds the ball off. Corio going for a championship. Amateurs 3 points, 4 points in front.
Well, we've got back against a championship, gentlemen. Up they go. Loose ball now, centre of the ground. Sees Lonnie Cousins win out. Little chip on the left foot. No one home, though, for them as the amateur boys. Oh, the bouncing ball, a cruel one. And I think you'll find Cousins will fall off the ball. Charles, though, comes in, kicks it back to the centre of the ground. The bouncing ball, a cruel one there for the amateurs. As we see now, picking the football up. I think you'll find was Cockrell back on the ground for the Corio side. Kicked off the carpet. That was good work for mine, but he's been penalised.
For it.
And Schwarzer wouldn't be too happy with that.
The Schwarzer with the ball.
No, it's not. It's with Matthew King.
Oh, pulled his head off.
Schwarzer kicked the ball off the ground, Fano. Come on, get with it, son.
Have your head down.
Well, amateurs into attack now, and it's the big fella, Grazer. The high flyer, Casbolt, back at the pack, couldn't take it.
Well, here's a go.
Opportunity here, Tate Ramsey under pressure, left foot. It bounces, hit the turf and went right angle there and through for a minor score. Off the boot of the Diesel. 1 goal, 1 his personal tally. Not a bad effort for a kid who's got one shoulder here this afternoon now, is it? No, still morning.
Still morning.
As we see the Corio player there in David Nichols to bring the football back. He does so. It's a nice kick out to the 50-metre line, but going up nicely for the Geelong amateur side was that player there in Tate Ramsey with one shoulder. Ron, how do you mark a ball with one shoulder?
I don't know, but he's done it. Great effort.
Has he got a problem with his shoulder, Robbo?
It's hurt it last year and had nothing done to it, and he keeps popping out on him.
He's got a great future. Why doesn't he get it fixed?
He's going in after the grand final.
Drop punter, beauty, high flyer, couldn't hold it there. The big arms of Hobson as we see the loose ball over the line now and out of bounds, about 10 metres from the amateur goal, and they would love to pop another one through and get a 10-point, 11-point break on the Corio side.
Yeah. Who was that person?
Dave Cousins again. Has a bounce now. Kick it, son. Second bounce. Looks up the ground. Lovely footy. And has hit young Taylor right on the chest. Plays on quickly. Goes into Charles. Opportunity here. Big build up for the Devils. The kick, though, from Charles, a poor one. McNamara under pressure. Bounce, though, was a good one. Good smothered there from the amateur defence. As we see, working hard there for them was Ward. Quick kick there under pressure.
From Charles.
Yeah, and... well, it's twice his disposal has let him down.
Yeah. He was dumped, though, as he kicked it. So we'll forgive him for that one.
Jason Ward, I think you'll find,
nice
left foot.
Kick.
Yeah, up there looking in front there for young Bubsy Senior. Pretty impressed with his game. Loose ball, centre of the ground. Opportunity, hands and knees. Cousins feeds out the hand pass. Good work there. Copley one there. Didn't like it. Oops, a daisy. Nearly gave him one for his trouble, but decided against it, Paul Smith. Back to the footy.
Good umpiring. Geez, they're feeding him now, Robbo.
They're having a go. Both sides realise what's at stake, and they're really getting stuck into it.
Okay, the ball goes up again. Coming out sweetly for the Corio side was Clinton Eldridge. He gets the football onto his left foot, but it's going to go out of bounds about, I'd say, 40 metres out from the Corio goal, over there in front of the Citibank scoreboard for the Geelong District Football League. Ron 6-5-41, plays 7-6-46. Amateurs just in front.
Yep, 5 points the margin. Now Devils into attack. Throw in. Smith back at the pack there. I think you'll find was McNamara, but now opportunity for the amateur side. Jackie Jacoma. Long bomb, dropped short in front. Good work, David Hayes. Plays on quickly to the run of Charles. Right foot, kick the centre half forward. Eldridge under pressure. Opportunity, Ward. He can't trap it. Now he's got support from a teammate coming out there working hard. But again, here's a go. Lord Cousins thrown off the ball. McNamara does it all by himself. Bounces back to him. Shoots it at goal. He's popped it through.
It's a good goal.
2 goals, Matthew McNamara, and the Devils back in front.
Yeah, by 1 point on the scoreboard. And I tell you what, that was desperation stuff from both sides, and the desperation ended up with Matthew McNamara, Robbo.
It was a good goal, mate. He worked hard for it and he got the desired result. Terrific.
El Presidente there. Neville Whitley has come up very well for Grand Final Day, Division 1. And good morning
5
to you,
minutes.
Neville Whitley.
5 minutes gone, the Rockies 24-hour locksmith trophy scoreboard. And as we see on the final quarter scoreboard, Corio hit the front on the Bird Cameron chartered accountant scoreboard. 7-5-47 amateurs, 7-4-46, 1 point the difference. We see the football played on for mine, and the umpires called it correctly. Picked up on the wing there by that young amateurs lad there in Marcus Gillies. He gets a handball across to his teammate. Back to Gillies. Gillies this time he's decided to steady the ship, and he goes into centre half forward looking for a teammate. He can't find him. Charles backs up the pack. Oh, good body. Play on for mine. Yes, coming out was that Casbolt? Hobson. Kicks it up towards Casbolt where we see...
No, that's more the big fella more
but
to
Casbolt was out the back.
Yeah, but the ball was over at the side.
But I reckon he was looking for Casbolt.
You can't do it until you get the footy.
Is that right?
You're too presumptuous, Fano.
I know. As we see Nichols bring the football back into play. Up they go, but there's there standing stern. That would have hurt too. That
was a good mark under pressure. Good mark under pressure.
It was a good mark under pressure. That bloke was bearing right down on him, Robbo. You're
certainly
right.
was.
How's that shoulder feeling now?
I think he might have got him in the middle of the lower back. He's gone short. But chipping in there was
Lonnie Cousins.
Lonnie Cousins. He's played a fair game too for the Corio side. Round the outside.
Yeah.
Really can't see the
His
point.
disposal's excellent.
Smothering was good too. Butters up well. Gets a football. This time he kicks it up to the wing. No one can take the mark. The ball's bounced out the back of the pack. We see leading in the race for the ball was the amateur boys there. The ball's been bottled up for mine. I just about ping him for that. He dragged it in back underneath him. Really no effort to get rid of that. Anyway, the umpire said, give it to me. He's going to bounce it down, and he does so. It's a good bounce too.
Yep, and the big fella Lockhart again got it to a teammate whose kick only went a short distance. Over on the ball, Gillies. Loose ball spills out Smith. Good hand pass to the run of O'Toole. Oh, he couldn't trap it. O'Toole, though, knocks it forward. Good play. Now an opportunity, Bubsy Senior. Good work. The bouncing ball. Will it sit there for his brother Ronnie? No, it won't, but he's got support there. Jackie Jacoma, who does it well, left side of his body. Gained a good 15 metres, and we'll see about his throw in member side forward pocket with the Devils into attack.
Tell you what, Charles is having a go now too. The ball's thrown back into play. Lockhart again. He's played well. Gets a football across to his teammate, and it's going to bounce inside the line. It's okay for that Corio player there in Carl O'Toole. He gets a big high one back to this. Gutsy effort too was Clinton Eldridge, but he couldn't take the mark. He butters up and puts it through for 1 point to the Corio side. And that takes them on to 7 goals, 6 at the 7-6, is it, or 7-7?
7-6 to 7-5.
1 point leaders over the Geelong Amateur side, and we've been travelling about 3 minutes of this, maybe 4 minutes of this final quarter. 48 plays 46.
Jackie Jacoma, another sensational drop punt. He's kicked it a good 50 metres, but a great grab. Take it out there, Dave Cousins. Waste no time. Chip over the top. Finds a teammate there in Lonnie Cousins. Trying to do too much, Lonnie. Left foot's a beauty. Lovely work. Barry O'Toole in front and legs. An opportunity here to kick his 45th goal for the season.
Doesn't make many mistakes with the ball when he gets it, Lonnie Cousins.
No, very skilled, isn't he? A bit like Dave Cousins. Very skilled on that left side of the body especially. Now you'll find he's drifted across. Hasn't had a real good day, the old legs today. 3 points.
That was a let-off.
A real let-off here. Opportunity now. If Jack can take a chance, and he's going to do that, brings it to the members' side. Good football there to Schwarzer, and he takes the footy. And Michael Atkins should get Presertes moving, because this is what they've got to do now, is build up. Kick, not a good one. Who's going to be back there? Bubsy, good boy. Used the body well. Couldn't take the footy. Allows Charles in now on the left foot. Screws it back. But a good mark. Achilles.
Play well, this bloke.
Yeah, he's been a very good player at half-back for the amateur side. Long kick to centre-half forward. Casbolt's got the sit. Back there, Robertson infringed with, and will get the free kick.
Yeah, I was watching Casbolt. I didn't pick it.
Robbo doesn't muck around. Moves it on quickly, too.
Over the mark, he's paid him 50. Now, by rights, he should take him up to about 15 metres out.
Won't matter. because Travis Robertson, he's kicked
Well, that's
two.
50 metres. This van has got to be 100 metres long. Don't you reckon?
You wouldn't want to buy too much real estate off him,
I
would you?
wouldn't buy a block of land off this bloke. He's a thief.
Oh.
Didn't matter anyway because he's just gone bang. Has young. Oh, and he's been accosted by his teammate, his opposition player there, Robertson. And as we see Jonathan Grapsis, the emergency umpire, go out to settle the boys down, doesn't make any difference. Travis Robinson's popped through his third for the afternoon, and that puts the Amateurs back in front, Ron Brain.
Yeah, it certainly does, Noel, and I give all the credit for that goal, I've got to tell you, Jack Giacomo, because he took a chance, changed direction,
Yes.
and Michael Atkins set it up, moved it from half-back. A little fortunate in the middle of the ground, but they've got it up there, and you've got to take a chance in football.
8-5, 53 plays 7-7-49. Okay, the ball's been bounced in the centre, kicked straight across the ground by Matthew King to his teammate out there, Ron.
Carlo Toole it is, and he slaps it onto his body.
Good pressure from Tate Ramsey.
Yeah, Tate Ramsey has really added a little bit more bite around their forward line since coming back, having the shoulder re-strapped. And, he's a vital link in the success of the Geelong Amateur side here this morning.
The next goal important to both sides, Ron. For Amateurs to get a small breakaway, for Corio to remain in it.
Yes.
Yeah, certainly is, Robbo. Kick up to the centre of the ground. Loose ball now.
Oh, in the back.
And copped one in the head as well for his trouble.
He's lucky he wasn't on the cricket pitch area.
But
broke his neck.
What a time to get involved. And Travis Robinson.
He's starting to lift, isn't he?
Yes, he certainly is. And he
Nice kick.
puts it up nice and high there for
In the
Casbolt.
back. Yes.
But,
Oh.
lovely grab taken. And Dave Nichols, well done.
Yeah, nice kick too. Out here to Charles, the captain. He's got to steady the ship on the half-back flank, Ron.
Now the boy just having a look up the ground. Now decides to kick along the lead there. A lovely pass to a beauty in front. Pretty impressed with this boy too. He can play, Paul Smith.
He's gone over the mark, I reckon 10 metres, and the umpire's let it go.
Well, he's gone over the top with a constructive hand pass to Cousins, who doesn't waste any time. The low trajectory drop putt. Cousins
well done.
couldn't take it. And Amateurs,
That's won the grand final from.
well, yeah, Noel Cousins, very, very poor discipline, because Gillies has got the ball down to the centre wing, and he's come across him and given him one in the head for no reason.
Well, I reckon that was a magical piece of work by that
Young Gillies.
young Gillies at the back there, mate, and I reckon that's just about won it for him.
A little bit of footy left, Noel. Bit of
I
footy
know,
left.
okay, I'm speaking early, but gee, look at that for a kick.
Yeah, it's a good kick too, but lovely
Travis
mark,
Robinson. He's lifting, mate. He's like Kernahan. He plays well when he has to.
That's it.
And he had to in most of the games this year, and he got the best and fairest votes. I know,
Okay.
I gave him 6.
Righto, the young fella comes in. The drop punt. It's a long one too. A beauty. Casbolt back in the
Yes!
back. Oh, Budsy! I love this bloke.
Oh, if you
Hey,
don't
this bloke will get a
mind,
vote
Chris
off me.
Senior.
He's been a very constructive little player.
That's got to be the mark of the day, Ron.
That was a good grab for little fella, wasn't it?
Yeah, he really kept his eye on the ball. Everybody else was going out the back.
He's been busy all around the ground, this young fella.
As we see coming on for the Corio side here in number 35
It looks like back to back to back.
versus...
Kicks this one. Opportunity for them. The drop punt
He's
looks
popped it
okay.
through.
All clear. Budsy kicks his first. Well done.
Well, that was a very important goal. We see coming double interchange player being made. He's putting 2 on and taking 1 off. No, he's not going to cheat. Neville's not going to cheat. As we see number 1 coming off, David Hayes, to give number 35
That's an interesting haircut, isn't it, really, that David's wearing? As we see there, Corio camp a little on edge.
Lovely bounce down again as we see Lockhart go up. This time he gets the ball out to his teammate coming in from the wing there in Carroll. Carroll gets the football up, but it's chopped off there on that half-back line by the Corio side. The ball's in a stalemate over there on the wing. Gee, fighting hard for it now. The Amateurs, I think they've lifted, Robbo. Can they smell another Premiership Cup?
I think if they get another goal, I think they're home.
Gee, you wouldn't credit it. Bounce, not such a good one. Definitely favours the Cryo boy there in Matthew King. He gets the ball up to the half-forward line, dragged to the ground for mine. The umpire's called play on out there on that half-back flank. But I reckon he's just thought to himself, I should have picked that one, and I didn't. So he's plucked one out of the pack, Ron.
Certainly did, as we said, the ball dropped short and in front there, young Taylor. Justin Taylor now
10
moves it on
points.
quickly. Noel Cousins, can he make amends? No, he can't,
Doesn't
but he
matter.
butters up. Fights for the footy. Looks to give it off somewhere, but he
Through.
lost the ball in the process. Bit of pressure. And umpire will come in and bounce down. It's about 40 metres from the Corio goal. About 12 and a half, 13 minutes gone to the final quarter.
Oh, in the back. No.
Certainly no free kick. Opportunity there for the amateurs, Timmy Reynolds. But here comes Cousins. Dave Cousins, left foot to O'Toole, but he was well covered. Good work there from the amateur defence. Oh, and Lonnie Cousins. Stupid football.
He's gone.
Did he yellow card him or red
He's yellow
card
carding.
him? Gee, the guy,
Well-
he was probably nearly best player on the ground too, wasn't he?
And he's the captain of the side.
Well, there's no need for that.
No.
Hello, the lollies have arrived.
Yeah, I'll keep the drinks cold now.
Okay, well now, that score doesn't count. It is some very poor football from the skipper of Corio.
Well,
Fellas,
why? This is ridiculous. It's cost them. He's costing them. He's costing the. He's been sucked
Now
in
what's
by the
going on
Emirates
here?
crowd.
That point did count. No, it can't have counted. What's going on?
Look at this. He's gone right over to the Lonnie Cousins has gone right over to somebody on the fence. Silly football. Just worry about the game and you might be able to salvage something out of this. But bursting out of the pack was that helmeted footballer again, and he's kicked it up to the centre half forward position. Nobody can take the mark. Backing up there are the Corio boys who punch the ball up to the half forward line. As we see, leading in the race for the ball is King, I think it is it, Ron?
Paul Smith it is.
Paul
Paul
Smith.
Smith.
I always get Smith and King mixed up. Well, it must be simple names.
Gillies again.
Gillies, he's taken out of the contest, and this time the umpire says...
Well, that was a bit of a soft free kick.
Well,
for
made
Mike.
up for the one up the other end before
Well,
the goal square.
Eldridge put a tackle
Shocking
on him.
kick.
Yeah, good pressure there from that player in
McNamara.
Eldridge, and a little bit loose in and late in tackling young Carroll. There's an advantage paid up there looking for Taylor.
Oh, he's played well. 17. Who's 17?
Chacoma.
He's played all right, hasn't he?
Big Jack, very well.
Look at the effort that Lockhart made to get down there, Robbo.
He's rucked all day. It's been a top performance.
He's thrown the ball out. Play on. Here comes
This
that.
bloke's lifted in the last quarter.
Yep.
Okay, chips
Young
it out
Chris
wide.
Senior.
Cruel bounce.
Support though. Teammate coming in there, Mark Garra, the vice captain. Centre wing. Kicks it up wide, but at the ball. Oh,
He's
copping
knocked
one.
him out. He's knocked him out, I reckon.
Obviously, Corio don't want to win this.
I reckon there's another card coming out. Yep. Yellow card.
Yep.
That's 2 off. They're gone. Amateurs have got a premiership, I'd say, Robbo. They can't win with 16 men when you're 10 points down. 9 points down. Do you believe me or not, Ron?
I believe you, know.
Well, you've made a mistake. You quick tip Cryo.
Well, had they stuck to their task,
If we had a
at
time
hand,
clock,
they
we'd be able to
probably
tell
would have
you
won the
17
game.
minutes ago, mate. I've got to tell you.
Well,
18.
when you get sucked in and just lose control or concentration of your own emotions,
Fair enough.
We've got to stop the clock now to stretch us on the ground.
Yeah.
It's a rule they brought in this year for the finals.
That's right. You're quite correct. And he's been yellow carded. That gives them 16 players to finish off the game.
well, I don't know what he's smiling about.
He's
It's
let his
rather
teammates
foolish
down.
football for mine, Mr. McNamara.
Let his teammates down, and he's let his club down, and he's let the whole community of Corio down with that action. But that's football. These things happen in football, and it's an emotional game, and his emotions are pumping, aren't they?
Yeah, certainly. Pumping in the wrong direction. You can't do that.
Not from an umpire anyway.
Good crowd building up here too. I hope that boy's all right. He went down like a bag of it, didn't he?
Young Tate Ramsey.
Gee, you don't want to see this on a... it's going to be dark. It's going to be dark, mate, before they finish the senior game. This rate. This is, well, as we see, Brett, if we can have a look at that scoreboard to... there it is, the Bird Cameron Chartered Accountants final quarter scoreboard. Cryo 7-5-48, Geelong Amateurs 9-5-59, and I reckon 7-5-48's wrong. I reckon it's 7-8-50. What do you think, Ron?
Corio, let's have a look.
Number 16's coming on, Dean Duthie, to replace Tate as the ball's been kicked
Casbolt,
up.
what a great mark.
Kicked up to the centre forward line. Casbolt sees Duthie just come on the ground. Nobody's picked him up. He picks up the ball, takes the mark, goes bang, and says, I'll have a goal in the grand final. If you touched on the line. Bad luck. He's put it through, if you don't mind. He's come on, he's had one kick, and it's 100% strike weight. What a kick!
I think the amateur boys are home now.
He waited all day for that. Look at him. He can celebrate now. He's had a good afternoon.
To back, Robbo.
3 in a row, mate.
Sensational effort.
Back to back versus a championship.
Bird Cameron Chartered Accountants, final quarter scoreboard, amateurs 10-5-65. And I believe the scoreboard should be 7-7-49 because that point wasn't counted earlier. 20 and a half minutes gone on the final quarter. Rocky's 24-hour locksmith and Travis Caroval's time.
Lockhart gets the ball down to his young teammate there in
Mark Garrow.
And he gets it up to his teammate in... Well, Mark Garrow's got it now. Is he the captain?
No, he's the vice-captain.
And he's kicked it up to centre forward, looking for Robinson. He's cleverly tapped the ball forward to his teammate who got his head yanked off.
Dean Duthie.
Dean Duthie's just come on. This bloke could have 2 out of 2, Robbo. 2 kicks and 2 goals.
He'll remember those kicks, won't he?
Hey, he'll remember it for the
kick.
rest of his life. I know, he's gone short. Unselfishly. Looks for... No, the umpire won't allow it. The umpire won't allow him to go short, looking for Casbolt. Casbolt's kicked 3. He probably wants to get his name in the paper with 4. Instead of 3. But, gee, the boy doesn't look too good coming off the ground, does he? He played well too. He was starting to play well, wasn't he, Robbo?
He's starting to lift. As Ronnie made a comment before, he came back on the ground and lifted.
Well, Dean Duthie, he's kicked that one high into the goal square. The pack set themselves up. They go out the back of the pack. Oh, nobody can take the mark. The ball's still there. No, still in the middle of the pack. Fighting hard. The umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up. Dean Duthie's had 2 kicks. One was a goal and the other one's lobbed in the goal square. It's not a bad effort, is it?
Great effort.
Especially when you come in.
Coming off cold from the bench.
Yeah, it's a good effort. Good
Well,
luck to the
Dave
boy.
Cousins, brilliant in defence. Quick kick out now.
Yeah,
The loose ball to Charles. Opportunity for him
Good
to
vision.
set
he's
something up.
Good vision.
Yeah, bouncy ball. A crueler one, though, for that young player there in Corey Pickersgill. Under pressure, but he's good enough to get out of it and kick it back to the centre of the ground where Charles makes good position for the Devils. Hand pass over there for the run of young O'Toole. Carl, that is, left foot up there. Taylor, took his eye off the footy. And I think you'll find now that, young Carroll, there it is. It's all over. Back to back to back. Geelong Amateurs.
Well, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players coming off the interchange bench for the Amateurs. And I wouldn't think they all got a run today, but how do you take them off when they're playing so well, Robbo?
No, it's very...
Oh, no. Hey, Noel Cousins is just about is going to be out the umpire now.
Well, there's a Corio player down, the captain, I think.
Hey, it's going to be on here.
This is not good for football.
This is bad for especially junior football. This is terrible. Well, it's on out there between the kids, and the kids have got to stop it. If Corio can't be beaten and take it like men, then they should not play the game. That's how it is. This is ridiculous. They're spectators.
Please remain off the arena.
The spectators are into it.
Please remain off the arena.
Well, I can't believe this.
The umpires are running off the ground, and I'll tell you something now, I am right with them. They shouldn't run off the ground like they should run off the ground like that when this sort of thing happens. It's not their job now. The siren's gone.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's poor sportsmanship from Corio. I know I might suffer the repercussions of saying this. Let the amateur boys savour the victory. You Corio people, move right out of the way now. It's all over. You've lost the championship and premiership.
Okay. Final scoreline, gentlemen. Geelong Amateur Footy Club, 10-5-65, have defeated Corio 7-8-50. 15-point victory here to the Geelong Amateur Football Club and Noel Fanning. Goal kickers for respective sides.
For the losers, first of all, Matthew McNamara kicked 2, Clinton Aldridge kicked 1, Carl O'Toole kicked 1, Paul Smith kicked 2, Noel Cousins kicked 1. For the winners, Travis Robinson up there at full forward and centre half forward, lifted quite substantially after the three-quarter time break, ended the game with 3 goals, 1. Craig Senior kicked 1 goal, Tate Ramsey kicked 1 goal, Dean Duthie came onto the ground, first kick straight on within 15 seconds of coming onto the ground, kicked 1 goal. Dale Moore, the Deputy Vice-Captain, kicked 1, and Sam Casbolt played an excellent game. He's kicked 3 goals for the victors. Better players for the amateur side, Robbo.
I thought Graham Lockhart was the best player for Geelong Amateurs today.
Totally agree.
He rucked for 4 quarters and never let up. Young Chris Senior started off slow, but then came home very, very well. Tate Ramsey lifted when he came on as well, but I think they stuck out at amateurs, and good luck to them. They deserved it.
Yep. Okay. For the losers, the better players.
I thought their best player was Dave Cousins. In fact, I couldn't split between Dave Cousins and Graham Lockhart for the best. Clinton Eldridge did some good things. But for me, Dave Cousins, what an excellent performance. And Lonnie Cousins, until he did that misdemeanour, I thought he was
he was playing.
He was
well.
creative too as
and
well.
number 3, Eamon Charles, their captain, put in a good performance.
He played well too. But I think if I was to vote 3-2-1, I'd go Graham Lockhart 3, Cousins 2, and Chris Senior 1.
Pretty close. Lockhart, Cousins, and
Chris
Senior.
Yep.
Well, I gave Benji Comer my 3 votes for a great display at full back and setting up the victory from the last line of defence, in my opinion. Graham Lockhart 2, Chris Senior, Amateurs 1 vote. Couldn't squeeze Dave Cousins in, but who was definitely clearly best player for the Cryo side.
I gave my 3 votes to Lockhart. Fantastic. I'm a bit like Dave Robinson. Rucked all day, did a fantastic job. I gave 2 votes to the number 32 Guernsey for Corio. Even though he got sent off at the end, I still think he was their best player and probably the second best player on the ground.
Certainly.
And I gave 1 vote to Gillies across the half-back line.
Yeah, good call. Okay, well that means that the big ruckman, Graham Lockhart, will be the guest video. Rocky's 24-hour locksmith, and of course Apco Easy Shop, guest video best performer for the 1994 grand final. And I think you'll find that Bill Cedar will probably call me over, Noel, for the presentation.
Well, off you go. Beat me to it. Thank you very much, Peter Robinson. Great effort. Okay, guest video production crew today, commentators Ron Bryan, Noel Fanning and Peter Robertson. Cameraman Sean Cannon, Robert Watson, and the director was Brett Revere. The umpires, again, who did a fantastic job out there in the centre, Peter Knott and Robert Hallett. On the boundaries, Adam Astle and Chris Palermo. In the goals, we had Bill Davidson and Jamie Moran. Of course, Jonathan Grapsis was the emergency umpire today. And if we have a look at that final score again, please, Brett. Thank you down there. Bird Cameron final score shows Cryer 7-8-50 with a defeated by amateurs 10-5-65. As we see the boys down there getting their Premiership Cup. Oh, they've taken the Premiership Cup off the ground already, have they? No, down there, yes. Neville O'Toole's in there addressing his players. I don't know what's going on. This is a strange presentation for mine. They're going to present it privately in the change rooms. They're doing it privately in the change rooms. Well, that's sad. Neville O'Toole's down there. If we could just get a shot now, Brett, of the amateurs people, please, down there, and we'll call it quits on that shot on the amateur people, if you wouldn't mind. Even a shot of Ron Bryan, looking to see where everything is. If you could get Robert Watson to get a shot of Ron Bryan at the edge of the pack there, please. Yeah, Brett, get a shot of Ron Bryan. Well, that's the idea. Thank you very much. There goes Ron Bryan. He's going into the rooms to present the best trophy to the amateur big ruckman in Graham Lockhart. Unanimous from the commentators here in Ron Bryan, myself, and of course Peter Robinson. Well, that was the Under-18 Division 1 Grand Final for the Geelong District Football League. Hope you've enjoyed the production as much as we have been bringing it to you. Another fine guest video production.